Hi guys, so I am back with another Umineko video. It has been 3 months since I uploaded my theory crafting video and you should watch it if you want to know just how much I got right. I think I did pretty well. But anyways, I finished Umineko 2 months ago and I have wanted to do this video for a very long time. However, I just kept hitting a wall after a wall whenever I tried creating this video. Umineko is massive and creating a video about it is hard as hell. So I have just decided to share my raw for this story and not try to create some new interpretation or anything like that. And what's a better day to release this video than the last day of October? Happy Halloween! Please like this video and subscribe for some more Kino content if you end up liking this video. Now, let's start with a non-spoiler review. Feel free to continue watching if you want to figure out if Umineko is for you. Also, I haven't read episode 8 of the manga yet, so keep that in mind if some things that I say are wrong. Umineko is an excellent story filled with mystery and drama, illusions and truth, love and sadness. Without taking into account all the human emotions, Umineko will always remain a mystery to the reader. Umineko is a story that is packed with emotions and depth. I think that you could create 1,000 words essay about every single Umineko character, and that is weird as hell. This is one of the most stacked casts out there, and the fact that the voice actors for these characters are amazing is a big bonus as well. As you can see in my character theories, I have 20 of the characters rated 8 or higher. That's almost half the cast, and that is crazy. My favorites are Butler, Beatrice, Kinzo, and George, but all these characters have something that could make them somebody's favorite character. The production in this game is also top tier. It has the second best production that I have seen in visual novel medium, surpassed only by Diaz Raya. The PlayStation 3 sprites are also very good and the CGs are bloody amazing. I don't think that there are any CGs in this game that look weird or have weird proportions. The art was really top tier. And the music. Man, the music in this goddamn game. A lot of people have Umineko OST as their top 1 OST of our time, and that is a completely fair opinion to have. This game has dozens of bangers and I enjoy listening to most of the songs. I have put my favorite OSTs of this game as background music for this video, and I hope that you enjoy listening to them. The current background music is Rasta and Conductor, an OST that is used for one of the greatest moments in the story. You should really buy Umineko to see the moment in which this OST plays. It's an amazing moment. And my rating for Umineko is 10 out of 10, obviously. It is one of my favorite stories of our time, and I will always cherish the 2 months that I spent playing it. I couldn't recommend Umineko enough. You should seriously try playing it, and who knows, maybe it will become a strong favorite for you as well. Now, if you haven't played Umineko yet, please stop watching this video. I'll start talking about spoilers now. You seriously don't want to get spoiled on Umineko, knowing the truth could potentially ruin the entire story for you. If you are talking about Umineko, you can't ignore the mystery. This is my favorite mystery story ever. It was perfectly set up and the payoff was amazing. I even made an hour-long video 3 months ago after playing the first half of the game. If you are willing to put in the effort you can figure out all the truth way before they are revealed. And I wrote that. The mystery and the way the story pushes you to solve the mystery made me really immersed, and this was my favorite media experience ever thanks to that. I had a lot of fun. I know that some people hate the truth and think that it was contrived, but I disagree with this notion. There are many clues about Canon and Shannon being the same person and being the culprit. And to share my previous Umineko video a third time, I pointed out a lot of them in that video. You should really watch it for real. Sharing aside, I don't have any problems with the mystery. I had a lot of fun solving it, and I wasn't disappointed with the answers. Trying to figure out the whodunit of every episode was really fun. And it was a serious challenge. And I will always cherish these raw feared battles that I had with Umineko. The most interesting of the three donuts is the why donut. You can't ignore the heart. The who and when donuts are also important. However, the why donut is the most important mystery. People are readers. They want someone else to solve the reader. They live life wanting someone to solve the reader that they are, the most difficult reader in the world. They want someone to look at the reader they are. They want that person to solve it. Without love, you cannot see it. The story was amazing with a great structure. As the titles imply, the first four episodes were the question arcs, and all the mysteries were introduced and set up in it. The first four episodes had interesting stories in them as well. The first episode had Natsuki and her pride of being an Anushiro. The second episode focused on the furniture relationships. The third episode focused on Eva and her struggles while also giving a lot of depth to many characters, which is why this is my favorite of the first four episodes. And the fourth episode focused on the future world while also giving us the climax of Beatrice's struggles. I think that Chiru is a lot better than Question Arcs, but Question Arcs are still pretty great. Chiru was amazing the entire way through. This was the best binge that I have ever had. Episode 5 gave us the climax of Butler's victory in the Eternal Duel. Too bad that it turned out that the duel wasn't actually the Eternal, and Beatrice had already died. Yeah. It wasn't nice. Butler was too goddamn late to save her. He won, but he still failed. After that, episode 6 showed us the raw of the main characters. It showed what happened during the 2-year gap and that Seiyo and George, who had married, had Butler not returned. However, the raw Beatrice's fear towards Butler is genuine and will always be there. There is no way to get rid of it, and this was a happy ending. This is their golden round. Butler and Beatrice married. Episode 7 gave us the hard truth. It exposed Beatrice's organs and told us everything about her heart. We also showed us just why love is so important and why you can never ignore the heart. Berncaster's tale wasn't filled with love and was told from a malicious view. However, the love could still be seen if you had it. With love, you can see it. I loved episode 8. I enjoyed the whole way through. The games that we had to solve ourselves were really fun and we could see the characters' love that was hidden by the readers. And the climax was amazing. Pure kino. When Butler punched Barncaster, man, that scene was so pure, was so hype. I became a monkey while I was reading it, and I still become a monkey whenever I rewatch it. It really cemented Butler as one of my absolute favorite characters, and then came the ending. More on that later. This is my episode ranking. I gave 3 episodes 10 out of a 10. Episode 5, 6, and 8, with episode 8 being my favorite. The only episode that I didn't really like is episode 2 since I don't like Rosa and the furniture plot lines were boring when I first read them. Umineko has some of the strongest arcs out there and all of them had something great about them. I love how there are multiple ways to interpret the timeline of Umineko. You can just say that the timeline is episode 1 to episode 8, or you can view the story with a more interesting viewpoint and say that the timeline is episode 8 boat scene, followed by episode 1 to 5, where they are underwater, and the witch's tea party of episode 5 and episode 6 happen after the ending of the game, making the marriage of Butler and Beatrice the true ending of Umineko. There are many ways to view the story and I love that about Umineko. I have put my review threads about every episode in the description. Feel free to check them out if you want to see what I thought after every episode. I have a warning though, my opinions have changed a lot, so be careful. Here's my theories again. I know that some of the placements in this theories are really weird, but look at the writing of the character, not their placement in the order. Like I said before, I think that Umiko's cast is amazing and he has my second favorite cast of our time. And me writing a character out doesn't mean that they are written badly either. This is just my opinion. Now, let me talk with the 3 characters that I have rather than people usually do. Angie is top 3 for almost every reader, but I don't know, something just didn't click with her for me. I found her really annoying in episode 4 on my first read since she took so much spotlight, and I didn't find her character interesting, but episode 8 gave her a great arc and some amazing moments. I think that Angie is a great character, but I don't really love her as much as the aunts that are higher than her. Custer was an amazing antagonist, and I honestly started hating her during Chiru. The way she ripped out the guts of Beatrice and was the opposing force of the story really irked me. There aren't a lot of antagonists who have made me hate them. Hell, I could probably count them on one hand, and Custer is one of them. Phenomenal writing. I still fucking hate her, but yeah, I have to admit that she's an amazing antagonist. I could see her rising a lot higher in this ranking after my emotions towards her cool down and I read Higurashi. And Rosa, yeah, I despise her. She reminds me of my own mother and the issues that I had in my childhood. I hate parents like her, and I was happy whenever she died. She is an excellent and accurate depiction of an abusing single mother, and that is why I hate her. Now that I am done explaining my role placements, let's start arguing about my favorite characters. And the first one is the Game Master, the Territory Lord, the End Sorcerer, Lord Batrel Ushiromiya, the protagonist of the story, and my absolute favorite character from it. All of his character arcs during the story were amazing and made me both smile and cry. I really connect to characters so hard as I did with Butler. I enjoyed reading all his scenes and I liked pretty much everything that was about his character. Even if I disliked some sections of the story, I still found something to write in them since Butter is such an amazing character. He draws my attention all the time. Everyone knows why Beatrice is so amazing, and everyone also knows the depth she has and just how much layers are to her character. The sadness her character holds, the torment that she had to go through thanks to Kinzo, the love she desires. Now that could just be explained with words. Her character is too big for that. You need to read and understand the story to truly understand Beatrice the Golden Witch. She is just a normal human. A twisted one, yeah. However, her character is completely human. Kinzo Shiromiya, the twisted man who started this story. Kinzo made a lot, and I mean a lot of mistakes. He ruined hundreds of lives thanks to his greed, and he ruined the life of his daughter thanks to his wrath. There's no way to excuse what he did. However, he is still just a human. Kinzo is an awful person, but the struggle he went through are very real. He's a piece of shit, but he's my piece of shit. I love his character. After all, people are born with sin and live life to obtain forgiveness from someone. And then there is George Shiromiya, and yeah, I know that him being so high is surprising to many people. He is one of the most hated characters in the community from what I have seen. I have met very few people who even tolerate his character, and I can understand why. On the surface, he is an incel who is interested in a girl who is many years younger than him. However, that isn't the truth. Giorgio Shiromiya used to be an incel, but that changed when he fell in love with Soyo. Soyo changed him for the better and taught him love. Even if Soyo herself couldn't accept his love, George still became a real man thanks to her. Around the character arc he went through in Umineko, he shows us that everyone can improve no matter how sad we are right now. There's hope for everyone. I won't talk about the other characters for now since the video will be an hour long yet again. If you want to understand why I put a certain character so high or low, ask me in the comments. Butler and Beatrice have one of my favorite relationships ever. Their story is beautiful. The first 4 episodes that we saw were just Beatrice's attempts of a role writer. Beatrice is a goofy woman, but that is why she is so amazing. Too bad that Butler was too hot-headed to understand the true meaning behind the games. And Beatrice could never proclaim her role to him before she died. Even if the role could not come into existence in the real world. The raw still surpassed their obstacles and they came together after surpassing the world of the living, the game master and his wife. While we are talking about them, let me mention the boat scene and god damn it. It was a roller coaster of emotions. I went from feeling dread about the inevitable death of Beatrice to feeling happy because I started thinking that it was wrong since it seemed right. But I convinced Beatrice to live. And then came the carta de OST ricordando il passato. This scene broke me. I cried for like 20 minutes and couldn't think straight after it anymore. The scene was truly special. The emotion this scene carries is just wow. I still sometimes cry as I listen to the song. It's so fucking heartbreaking. There are many ways to view the ending and all of them are wrong. You decide your own golden truth. Like Butler said, you'll create a happy ending. A happy ending is different for every person. Was it a trick or magic? Who was right, Butler or Bernkastel? For me, the happy ending was Butler reuniting with everyone in the Garden and them living together for all eternity. This tale was filled with tragedy and hardship, but the row is clear. A tragedy might have had happened on Rockenjima, or it might have had just been a freak accident after a happy Halloween party. It doesn't matter. The truth doesn't matter at all compared to love. And never again will Butler and Beatrice be separated. No miracle or certainty could ever break the bond the husband and the wife share. I dedicate this video to my beloved witch, Beatrice. May she and her loved ones live happily for all eternity. I will cherish the time I spent with their tale.
バトラー
すまねえ来るのが遅れちまった。
そなたなぜ車椅子など座っておるのか。ほら手を貸してやるからちゃんとせい。
俺は
聞け。ここにようやく我らは全員が集ったぞ。今宵黄金鏡はここに復活する。本当によく帰ってきたな。
帰ってきたぜ。遅くなったな。
もう話さぬぞ。
ああ、俺ももう話さない。俺たちは永遠に一緒だ。